You could tell a weenie when you see one because it wobbles, but a real sausage sound like this and look like this. Jalapeno cheddar. I'm going to show you how I made it so you can step your game up. Let's get it. I'm using 10 pounds of pork butt and I'm keeping the seasoning basic to salt, pepper, garlic. I'm using a combination of jalapenos and serranos to kick the spice up, 1 pound of cheese, and you need some casing. Make sure you soak your casings or we'll come back and rinse them. I'm using this prep tub. I just bought it. This thing is y'all better go get it good. You'll see all the uses for it throughout the video. You want a meat to fat ratio of about 70 to 30%. Cut it up and I'm going to put it back in the freezer, let it chill. I put all my stainless steel attachments in the freezer because I don't want the fat to start breaking down during this process. Once you're done grinding up all the meat, it's time to start seasoning. I'm using a half a bottle of this, but you can go as crazy as you want. I'll show you how to check to see if you need to adjust your seasoning. Add your cheese, your peppers, and I'm adding 2 teaspoons of curing salt. This is because I'm only smoking the meat. I'm not cooking it fully and I don't want bacteria to set in. Mix it with 2 cups of water and mix it into your meat. Keep mixing till the meat starts sticking to your glove. Take your patty, cook it, try it. If you don't like it, adjust your seasoning. Make sure you rinse your casings real good. I do this process a couple times for each one of them. Now it's time to start stuffing the sausages. I got this off of Amazon. We're going to get the meat, put it inside the tube, and we're going to pack it, make sure we get all the air out. You're going to crank that thing like Soulja Boy until you can see the meat. We're going to slide that thing on, and once we're done, we're going to tie it at the end. Once you start filling the casings, try not to overstuff it because when it's time to start making links, it's going to be too hard to manipulate the casing. You're going to grab one end of the sausage and measure out how big you want your links to be. Use that as a guide. Grab both ends, pinch it, and then we're just going to twist. Repeat this process until you're done. We got to check it for air pockets, and if you find any, pop them. If you can't wait no longer, you could cook these things right now, but I'm throwing mine in the refrigerator overnight. Before I put them on the grill, I'm going to cut them up into individual links. I'm going to smoke them at 150 degrees on my Masterbuilt Vertical Series 1050. I'm using post oak and some Kingsford charcoal. Load them up, and I'm going to leave them on here for about an hour and a half. Throughout the process, I'll turn them and make sure they're cooking evenly. I'm taking them off now because I'm going to finish cooking them in hot boiling water. The skin is rubbery. They're still real juicy, but notice the texture of the meat. After I take them out the water, I put them in ice cold water to stop the cooking process. You ever had a dry ass sausage taste like you was eating ground beef? Yeah, it wasn't enough fat in that thing. You heard it. That's how you know you got the right ratio. If you know anything about sausages, you can see the difference in texture. The one on the top is after I boiled it. The one on the bottom is before. I'm going to slice that thing up and you can see how juicy it is inside. This is what a sausage is supposed to look like. And if you have a whole lot, don't eat it all. Put it in a vacuum bag. Holla.